Congratulations, you are among the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who just earned their certificate. So how do you differentiate yourself from the rest? You have a lot to learn, and today I'm going to be presenting to you the full guide on how to land your first job as a personal trainer and keep the job. Alright, so where do I start? When you get your certificate, a lot of personal trainers make this huge mistake. Do not make this unintelligent mistake as a new personal trainer. Do not believe in your mind, yay, I have my certificate, I know everything. Don't. You don't know what it takes to be a personal trainer at a place, at a gym. You know how to train, yes, you know about reps and sets, yes, you know about intensity, you know about volume, train, but you don't know sales. You don't know client retention. You don't know that your manager is your master and they're in control of you and your job. You don't know that you need to be asking them all the questions you possibly can. You don't know that you need to have a personality. You don't know that you need to be friends with your clients. You don't know that. So in this video, I'm going to be going through all of the things that you need to learn to become a personal trainer and become a professional. Yes, you have your certificate. Congratulations. Everybody does. You need to learn the things that I failed at so that way you can succeed. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you get an interview for a personal training job 20 to 15 minutes early. This shows that you're punctual. This communicates to your manager, hey, I can be on time, which is so important. Listen to me, this is so important. Being late for a client or being late for a group fitness, these people are paying hard-earned money for you to be on time every single time. These people are paying hard-earned money. They have jobs. They might be running businesses. They have places to be. They need an hour, 45 minutes, and that's it. They don't have time for you to be late. So you must be on time. If a manager can see that you show up to the interview on time, you got a foot in the door already. Even if you have no experience, punctuality is so important. It's one of the most important things. All right, so once you get your interview and you meet up with your new fitness manager, or soon-to-be fitness manager, one advice, always be curious. Stay very curious. You do not look incompetent by asking questions. Managers are going to be so grateful that someone comes in as a personal trainer and asks questions. They're going to be so grateful because you know what? They are so sick of personal trainers coming in with the mindset of, I've got my personal training certificate, I know everything now. Don't fall for this poor mind. This is a poor mindset. This is a very unintelligent way to go about getting your first job as a personal trainer. Don't pretend like you know everything. You have to understand that these managers, every single personal trainer, when they went to their very first interview for a personal training job, they knew they knew nothing. They know they had no experience. You have to be honest, and they will train you. If they can see that you're punctual, you're on time, and that you're serious about wanting to be the best, or at least if they can see that you're passionate about fitness, if they can see that you're professional, they can see that you're well-dressed, you're articulate, you want to learn, especially if you want to learn. Okay, if I was a fitness manager, the perfect personal trainer employee that I would want to hire is someone that I can mold into being who I want them to be for my gym. They don't want someone that is arrogant, someone that thinks they know it all already. So this is why I say just be curious. Every manager knows that you have the knowledge. What they're more concerned about is, does this person think they know it all and they don't have to listen to what I have to share? This is a very important lesson. This is the reason I got fired from one of my jobs. I thought I knew it all. Don't make the unintelligent mistake that I did. Be curious. Ask questions. What else? So, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you got an interview for your first job. On time, being punctual, professional, speaking articulately, being kind, being friendly, being open to conversation, not being too withholding about yourself. Share about yourself. This is important with even client retention. Talk about yourself, but don't reveal too much. Talk about your hobbies. Have a personality, be authentic. When it comes to jobs like this, you kind of have to have a personality, because that's what retains clients, which I'll get into a little bit later on in the video, which is very important. The whole reason that people pay for a personal trainer is to have that human connection. The reason why these AI fitness businesses are failing is because people pay for that human connection. You know, when the vid hit society, people were like trying to scramble around trying to find like the next robot business. But the truth is, people aren't going to thrive. People need the human connection. This is why a lot of people who work remote jobs, they speak about wanting that human connection. Even if you are introverted or not, people thrive off of other people. We're human beings. We thrive off of connectedness. We need human touch. People thrive off of other people. So it's very important to be a human being. Okay. All right, so we went a little bit too into that. So now let's recap. So when you meet your manager, be authentic. Don't withhold too much information about yourself. Show that you're a human being. Don't act like you know too much, because you don't, and they know you don't, and they know that you're trying to pretend because you want to seem competent, which, fair, I get it. You want to be competent, but you want to be competent in training. Don't act like you've had all these jobs. Don't lie on your resume. You will get fired for that. I made that mistake as well. Don't lie. Be upfront. This is my first job. I know nothing. You know everything. Master, please give me all of your information. Never outshine your master, ever. Please ask questions. Now that I've drilled this in to the fullest extent, you know this now. Okay, your first interview, on time. Let's say 18 to 15 minutes early. 20 maximum, minimum 15, but aim for 18. Okay, how do you dress for your first interview? Okay, well, most recently I just landed a job. I'm not gonna mention any names of the place, but I showed up wearing a North Face collared sweater, and then I wore some slacks. I like to call them my high school principal slacks. I wore some dress shoes. That's a little too much. That's like a business casual, but the area that we live in, it's normal to dress this way. It's a more conservative area. It's more Christian. It's more like family-oriented type of. So I figured it would be appropriate. But something that has also worked for me is just to wear some track pants or some joggers or some all black. Nothing like too loud or anything. Nothing with any graphic designs or anything. Something solid color, and you could wear a collared polo. You could wear with a collared polo with like Under Armour, Nike, Adidas, Puma, just fitness. I mean, you want to kind of blend in, but you want to kind of look like you're taking it seriously. You could wear like some golf pants and tuck the shirt in with a belt if it has belt loops. Some running shoes, trainers, things of that sort. So you show up like you really want the job, which you do, because you want to get as much experience as you possibly can in your fitness career. You got your certificate, good for you, excellent. Now let's try and get the job as quickly as possible so we can start failing as quickly as possible. Now, you're probably wondering why I would say fail. Why would I want to fail? You do want to fail as quickly as possible. Learn as quickly as possible. I've been a personal trainer going on 5 years now, and I will tell you right now that failing quickly will serve you very well. There's always going to be another personal trainer job, especially in today's time, like after COVID. I don't know what the rules are about saying the word COVID in videos anymore. I don't know, but I mean, I don't give a shit, and neither should you. And if you do, then my suggestion to you and advice to you is just find better things to give a shit about, and fast, because chances are you're probably young watching this, and life is short, and you only have so much time to give a shit about things. So give a shit about important things, not stupid things. All right, so moving on. During your first interview, you need to ask good questions. They're gonna be fishing out to find out if you're moldable. You need to be moldable. Be moldable. You need to be someone that they can train you to be the best personal trainer, and that's what they want for you. They want you to represent their gym. The gym is a business. They need you to be what they want you to be, and you need to accept that. You need to learn that very quickly. All right, so a very good question that I recently just asked in my interview, and I just landed this job, and the fitness manager literally said, like, I love that question. Very good question. And it is a good question because it does two things. It shows that you're curious, and it also shows you what they value. And the question is this: can you tell me what the difference is between an average personal trainer and a top personal trainer? This does two things, like I said. It shows that you're curious, and it also shows what they value. So you're going to take their answer and write it down in your mind or on a notepad. Bring a notepad, by the way. Bring a notepad, especially to your second interview, and I'll explain what happens in the second interview or first interview. It just depends on the gym and what their hiring process is. Okay, so the answer that this fitness manager was this. He said, I love that question, and the difference is being a robot is average personal trainer when it comes to clientele or having a client. You don't want to be a robot with your clients. You want to show that you have personality. You want to have the ability to have client retention. You want to be able to retain your clients. It's already hard enough cold calling, getting the clients to come in, to be interested, to show the value, and then it's another thing to sell the client, and then it's even another thing to keep the client. You have to build relationships. You have to be personable. You have to have charisma. You have to be good with people, talking to people. You have to have personality. Nobody wants a robot as a personal trainer. Otherwise, they would hire some AI business as a subscription-based business and be paying them per month, which they'll eventually get bored of because they won't feel any fulfillment. They won't have that accountability. You have to also give your clients accountability. You have to track their progress. They have to feel like the time they're investing, the money they're investing into you as a personal trainer is worth it. Time and money is so valuable. And you should learn this very quickly. Not only are you a personal trainer, but you are now a business owner as a personal trainer. Time is money. I never understood this when I heard this when I was younger. Time is money with business. You have to treat your time as money because they are both equal. If you spend 3 hours somewhere training 3 different clients for each hour, you're getting paid for each hour. You need to make it worth it, and it needs to be worth it for the client. They need to know like, wow, this guy's really professional, which will come with experience. You already know how to train people. You know that already. You know how to track their progress. And if you don't worry. I went into my first personal training job not knowing how to track progress. But you will learn. You can write it. Okay, we'll get into it. Okay, let's just go ahead and get into it now. My advice to you with tracking your client's progress, download Google onto your phone. Google is now your best friend. Download Google Documents onto your phone. It's best on desktop because it's best on desktop if you don't have a lot of storage on your phone, like myself. Like I literally just had to, my phone's so sensitive. Like it got overheated, I'm in the car, it got overheated, so I had to turn the cold air on, even it's cold outside, but it's really hot in here. Anyways, I'm really sorry if I get onto like random tangents, but anyways, authenticity is important. Okay, where was I? Okay, Google Docs on your phone. It's really good on desktop. If you don't have a lot of storage on your phone, it keeps everything in one place instead of having to carry it around with you everywhere. Okay, Google Docs. From the first assessment, when you're doing the consultation assessment, you're checking to see how much they can lift, what weight settings they need, how many reps and sets they should be doing. From the very first assessment, write down on a piece of paper, as you should, with your clipboard. Always bring your clipboard. Write down their settings at the top of the paper, and then after that consultation, after that assessment, go to Google Docs, create a file with their name. If you know you're going to see them again, just save it. Just save everybody's. Just save it. You're going to need it. If they schedule another, they're going to be impressed with you because they're going to see, oh wow, they remembered that, I can only lift 12 pounds for bicep curl for 8 reps. And, you can track the progress over time with that. So Google Documents, and then you're going to, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. Girlfriend's calling. I love that girl so much. Anyways, Google Documents. You're gonna track all of their settings. So bicep curl, this weight, this amount of sets. Overhead press, this weight, this many reps. And then you're gonna keep all of their settings. And then from there, after each training session, you can refer back to that, and then you can write down on your piece of paper when you have their workout set, and they're doing 12 pounds for 12 reps. This time, you can make a note. You can increase the weight. You can increase the reps for this client, and then you can go back to that Google document. You can delete, 8 reps and switch it to 12 reps. Or if you're lucky like me, I had a gym that I worked for. They had this app called Trainerize, which is really useful as a personal trainer. You can use that. You can upload the client's name, all of their settings in there, and you can use Trainerize. It's now called ABC Trainerize now. They changed the name. So at the time of this video, as far as I know, it's called ABC Trainerize. Very useful tool for personal trainers like yourself. Okay, what else is next? Now that we went over tracking progress, we're still in the interview. We're asking good questions to your now new fitness manager. We're gonna call them your fitness manager now, because you've already landed the job. Because you're new, you're moldable. The fact that you're moldable increases your chances. You're on time because you made it on time. You got the right fit. You're looking sharp. You show that you want the job. You pretty much already have the job as long as you're moldable, as long as you are teachable. You have to be teachable. You have to have an open mind. You cannot have a fixed mindset. What else? Also, if you have any troubles, you can use AI. You can use Bard AI, you can use ChatGPT, you can type in good questions to ask your new fitness manager in the interview, or you can watch videos on YouTube. I personally don't take my interview advice with a grain of salt, because I'm not a super narcissistic guy. I'm not really good at talking myself up and making myself sound so extravagant. I'm not a super narcissist. I'm not good at bragging about myself. Which, mind you, everyone is a narcissist to a certain degree, but I'm too honest. I talk about my failures, and I'm so honest about my achievements, and I'm so honest about my failures. But people that want to hire you, they want to see your highlight reel. Let's be honest. And I'm not very good at that. So don't, take my advice with a grain of salt. I'm giving advice. If you're already good at interviews, perfect, great. You're way better than me. But if you're like me, you have a hard time bragging about yourself and seeming extravagant, use AI, use Google, watch videos. I can't give you any YouTube recommendations about interview videos. You can just type in interview tips to land a job for personal trainers. Someone's better at it than me. I'm not gonna lie to you. So there's that. Okay. So good questions. If you're new to personal training, you don't have a lot of experience, be honest. Don't lie in your resume ever. Don't be an unintelligent person like myself. Okay. So there's that. All right, next. Punctuality, professionalism, have common sense. If you're in an interview, be articulate. Don't say stupid things. Don't say that you were out all night partying, so you're tired because come on. That's young people stuff. You have to be professional. You have to be articulate. You have to speak well. You want to be impressive, but not too impressive. That's another thing. Don't come off too impressive. You have to understand that managers, at their very core, are very fragile. They have very fragile egos. Don't come off too impressive. Don't dress too impressive. If you're a girl and you have a fitness manager that's a girl, don't be wearing like your best Lululemon Athleta. Dress modest. Don't be more attractive than her. This is a fact. Just take that seriously. Take that. If you're a guy, don't wear your most revealing. Don't try to be more fit than your fitness manager. Dress just comfortable. Don't try and look better. Like if your fitness manager's bald, don't try and like make your hair. Don't try to look too good, okay? Just don't. Trust me. Never outshine your master. Your fitness manager is now your master. And you need to be the fly in the wall. Your first job as a personal trainer, you need to be networking with everyone that you work with. You need to be asking questions. Who cares if you look stupid? You need to fail as quickly as possible. This was my biggest mistake. I was like that unintelligent personal trainer that got a certificate and was like too scared to look incompetent to the other personal trainers. Ask questions. Hey man, what do you think? We're doing a warm up with this client. She's got arthritis in her left knee. What do you think? What's a good like warm up to warm up her knee? Oh, monster walks with the red band. Oh, monster walks with the red bands, or some assisted squats with the TRX, doing squats, or doing step ups onto a box. Okay, thanks man, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that advice. Thank you. Like, it's not that bad. It's not that hard. And you know, it gives the opportunity to let the other trainer know, like, hey, like, I really value you as a person. I view you as a good personal trainer. And when you ask other people a question or ask for advice, it communicates, wow, this person really views me as someone that is knowledgeable. So it's helping you and it's helping them. And it forms a little bit of a bond too. It's like someone's taking, you know, and some people are just gonna suck and they're not gonna help you, but screw them. They have something going on, you know. They may see you as a threat, or maybe you're dressed better than them, maybe you look better than them and they don't want to help you because, or maybe it's nothing personal at all. Maybe it's just there's something about you that reminds them of someone from the past, which is very possible as well. Yeah, but as long as you ask nicely, more than likely, people will help you. Trainers will be nice and help you out. But you can't just seem like you're arrogant and like you know it all already or you don't need any help. Asking questions diffuses this. Asking questions to people diffuses lowers people's defenses of you. So don't be nervous, don't be scared, don't be shy. You want to ask questions. I know it may come off a little, you know, it might make you nervous, you know, that you might worry that they might think less of you, but honestly, it does the exact opposite. So trust me on this one. Ask questions to your fellow personal trainers. Everyone should want you to succeed. All right, so another thing to be aware of is that when you get your interview, more than likely on your first interview or on your second interview, it just depends on the gym, just depends on the hiring manager. They're going to feel you out. They're going to see if you're moldable. They want to see if you're capable of being a personal trainer. They want to see if that you can be on time. They want to see if you have any social skills. And then what they're going to want to do next is see if you have the skill. They want to see if you can put a workout together. They're going to see how you train people. They're going to want to see if you check people's form, things of that sort. They want to see if you can conduct a workout that actually makes sense. And my word of advice is to kind of get a good feel of the layout of the gym. That way you know where everything is. And when you write out your workout, you can know in your mind, okay, we're going to be over here for these 3 sets, and then for these last 3 sets here, or 2 sets, whatever you write out. And I already know you know how to conduct a workout, as you should, because you're a certified personal trainer now. My word of advice is to just make it simple. Do a 3 to 5 minute warm up, full body warm up. Just choose 6 exercises that work the entire body. So 6 full body exercises. So what I like to do is I start with upper body. Work your traps, work your chest, work your biceps, work your core, legs, or however you want to do it. So I'll choose, like for upper body, we'll do bicep curls for reps and sets. Then we'll do overhead press. Then we'll do chest press. So we'll do those 3. And then we'll do lower body. We'll work the core, do a core workout, and then do some like weighted squats. Show that you know how to do weighted squats or do split squats or something. And I'm sure the fitness manager will like kind of test you a little bit to see, okay, well, pretend I'm a client with arthritis in my knee, or pretend I'm a client that is an ex-football player with an injured shoulder and something like that. You're gonna have to come up with your own things. If you have any questions in the comments below, feel free. I would love to answer your questions if you have any at all. But yeah, they're just gonna test your ability to see if you have potential at least. If you have potential, more than likely you do. You got your foot in the door. All right, so next, something very important. As I said before, you're basically a business owner. You have to learn sales. And my advice to you is find good, credible sources of sales information. LinkedIn Learning, I know it's a little expensive, but it is worth it. You do learn quite a bit, and you also get certificates that you can upload to like your LinkedIn, and also things that you can print out that you can also share with the establishment that you're working with, just to show that you have credibility in sales. So the best way to make sales, like in fitness, is just to show the value. You have to believe in the product in order to sell something. So you have to communicate effectively to the client that it's worthwhile to have a gym membership and also to have a personal trainer. You have to make it seem like it's easily able to fit in their schedule, and it would be, beneficial for them, which it is, because it's making them healthier, it's making them live longer, and it's helping mental health, which is a big struggle for people in today's society. So you're gonna also need to learn how to cold call. You're gonna have to learn to call people. I know I hired at a gym with a guy that said, I'm not doing that, I'm not, and it is very beneficial. You have to. I'm not even gonna give my opinion about that guy. He did fine, but it helps with outreach. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to rely on other ways. You have to call people and put value. You have to call people and put value in front of their face. So, for example, my cold call script was the same thing every time. And 9 times out of 10, I got people to come in for a free session every single time. All right, so I had the same effective script every single time. It was, hello, my name is Justin Bolliard with blank. Insert credible place that they just signed up for a new gym membership. My name is blank, and then, I say my name. You just establish credibility. You're Justin, a personal trainer from X. Insert gym. Just going to let you know that you have a free session. Are you aware of what a session is? No? Okay, awesome. And now is your opportunity to list out the values of this free session that is free. People love free. So it's not only giving them incentive at this gym that they just signed up for this gym, and now you're giving them a free incentive to come in, just to spare 1 hour of their time to get X and this, and they get this, and they get this. They get a professional personal trainer walking them into the gym, getting them acquainted, getting them comfortable, because the gym can be an uncomfortable place. They get a free consultation. They get a free workout. They get to learn their settings. They get to learn how strong they are. They get to learn proper form and safety. And they get the most benefit out of their gym membership, because they now are all equipped with this information, and now they're comfortable. You just created a client for life. You just created a lifetime member to the gym because you did that. That is so value. And if you really believe in the types of systems that your gym has, and you can speak about it, and you have to actually believe in it. That way you can speak about it effectively and actually sell it to your client and get them to be a personal trainer. Get them to be your personal trainer. It's so valuable. So imagine just signing up for this gym membership, and then you got this personal trainer calling you saying, hey, I want you to be here. We really value you coming on with us. We want to get you more comfortable here. We know how uncomfortable it can be starting a new gym. I want to take you by the hand as a professional and show you all the equipment that we have. I know everything can feel kind of awkward. Everything's new. You may be not very experienced. You may not know where to start. You may be starting with the treadmill, which everyone goes to because it's the most easiest thing to do. But we want you to get the most out of your gym membership and show you everything in the entire facility. That way you can get the most out of your gym membership. You know how good of a feeling that's got to be? You've got to do that. You've got to have that kind of dedication for your people and your clients, because you believe in your gym and you want people to trust you. It's very valuable. All right, and so once you list out all those values, 1 through 5, 1 through 3, whatever, and you tell them, and by the way, this is all free, what would be a good time and date for us to meet? And then you shut up. And I mean, of course, some people won't see the value in it. They just want to work out, or they might not need what you're offering, and that's fine. There's always other people that will see the value. Some people may be less experienced, things like that. So if you want the script to what I just mentioned, just type something in the comments, like type script, and then I'll shoot you a message. I'll send you a Google form or a Google Doc for it as well. So, and then send it by email or something. I don't know. Completely free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you guys as much as possible. That way you can be successful. All right, and I think lastly, last but not least, is pretty important as well, is that with any business or anybody else that is viewing you trying to do anything business, anything that takes a long time to grow something, your family, your friends, they're not going to understand, and you're just going to have to accept that. It is going to be difficult to try to grow something like growing a clientele or anything like business type. Like, some people just aren't going to understand, and you're just going to have to accept that nobody that loves you is going to actually understand, and they're not going to be able to support you. You're just going to have to connect with the people that you work with and learn to grow through that way, or speak to people like me, or reach out to people like me to fill you in. My family, for one, they're not very supportive. They don't understand the amount of time and money invested into learning this skill. They don't really understand that I use my brain to produce an income. They don't really understand that. They just understand go to school, get a good job, and then work this job whether you like it or not. So not everybody is going to understand this path. It's very different, and it's going to be a lot harder. So that's just something to be aware of as well. You're just going to have to surround yourself with people that can motivate you because they're doing the same thing. Just surround yourself like that, and don't really speak too much about your work or your craft with family and friends. Unfortunately, they love you, they have good intentions, but they're not really going to have things to say. They're just going to think, well, it's been 2 weeks, like, why haven't you got paid yet? It's different. It's put in a lot of hard work and effort and then get a high reward later, whereas for them it's put in the same effort and then you get mediocre level, if that makes sense, because they use their time to make money. We use our mind to make money. No offense to them. You love them, they're your friends, they're your family, they love you, they're well-intentioned, but you live a life a little differently. And sometimes it's just best to not even speak about what you do, because they're just not going to get it. They're not going to accept it. They're going to try and make you feel like what you're doing is a waste of time, when really it's not. It's actually very rewarding. This is a very rewarding field. Using your mind as your asset. Your mind is your greatest asset. You can lose your job at any time. Nobody can take your knowledge away from you. Your knowledge in your head is an irreplaceable asset. Time is very limited. Some people work, some people get paid for their time, and some people use the information in their brain to get paid. Everyone's on their own path. We're just gonna have to accept that, and everyone lives differently. So, okay. I hope this video summed up everything that you could have possibly needed. If I missed anything, or if you have any feedback whatsoever, feel free. And I never mentioned, my name is Justin Bolliard, as you probably know by now if you're already subscribed to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope this had so much value for you. If it did, leave a like, and please subscribe. Have a good one.